So I'm the founder and managing partner of Raw Selection. As well as running the organisation, I'm still very active leading client searches and ensuring they get the best candidates either for the private equity firm or for the C-suite within the portfolio companies. Prior to committing and commencing a search process, to build out the exact criteria of what you're looking for, if it's for a portfolio company, looking at where the business is now, what's going to happen over the next 6 months, what's going to happen over the next 2 years, and then what's the exit criteria. Most firms focus on the here and now and the end process of exiting the business. They miss all that bit out in the middle, and therefore the experience and criteria they need, which is why a lot of private equity firms have to swap their executives out at either the half-year mark or after 1 year. So just considering all challenges and all success factors throughout the whole process of investment to make sure you get the right person. Exactly the same from an investment professional perspective, but just very loud and clear. If it's a maybe, it's a no, and don't take anybody on that you're not 100% confident is right for the role. One of the major things that I think a lot of candidates miss, no matter what process you're going through for a PE-backed business, a private equity organisation, is that you don't consider what you're actually looking for and what's important for you. My biggest recommendation is to sit down for a considerable amount of time and really look at what is important and what are you looking for, and build out that criteria, and then build out questions around it. Because people make mistakes in their career because we don't know an organisation until we work at it, but we can ask really great questions that gives an insight into what's happening with that business. And a lot of individuals that we speak to, either at the private equity level or the portfolio executives, have made mistakes on going into businesses, and there's questions they wish they'd asked. There's finances that they wish they'd looked at, and there's culture elements that they wish they'd considered when they're at the interview phase. So prepare those questions based on that criteria. Think of it as a bit of a reverse scorecard, but this is what you're looking for in your career and your next step, rather than the person that you're hiring for. There is no other industry that has the diversity touching every industry, every sector in the world, that invests capital into growing, declining, and early stage organizations. The private equity industry is fascinating. It is the top and the pinnacle of business in my perspective. And I think for me, it's the most exciting industry to be in, not just because it touches so many different spaces, but because it attracts the very best individuals into this industry. There's no businesses in the private markets, the public markets, that are scaling on a consistent basis within 3 to 5 years to double EBITDA, to treble, quadruple revenue, and producing some incredible returns. And that only attracts the very best investment professionals and back office team members, and of course, C-suite executives into it. So, in my eyes, what other industry is there than private equity? So Raw Selection, of course, is a specialist executive search firm that works exclusively with the private equity industry. Raw Selection is built on the back of doing the searches that nobody else can fill and that nobody else wants to complete on. When you compromise on an executive or a private equity professional because your salary is not high enough of what you're benchmarking for, the experience is too difficult, your location is too far out of reach, that's where we have come into organisations and supported them with hiring those people when other search firms have failed or other search firms have declined the opportunity to work on that process. And that's what I find for us is the differentiator, is that we deliver when other firms cannot and won't. So the information is up on the screen. If you have a particularly difficult search and you're looking to partner with a new executive search firm to you, then reach out to us. The difference for us is that we will deliver on your search, and you will never have to work with another executive search firm after Raw Selection.